Hey everybody, after watching this video, you should be able to explain the consequences of the navigation acts. So, I suppose it makes sense to start this conversation off with what are the navigation acts? The navigation acts were laws passed starting around 1651 that were designed to implement England's mercantilist policies. Here are some examples of those laws. First, only ships that were built in England or the Americas could legally trade in the English colonies. And by Americas, I mean in the American colonies. Secondly, valuable products, sugar, rice, and tobacco, could only be shipped to England or other English colonies. So no trading with the French, no trading with the Spanish, etc. Next, trading with other countries was often prohibited. And if there was a case where the colonies could trade with another country, they would have to pay a tax. Here's the deal. There were a couple of consequences of the Navigation Acts. First, New England built much of their economy around ocean trade or maritime commerce, and shipbuilding became an important business in New England. Third, the Navigation Acts were not really enforced, and this is really what's really important here. You haven't noticed there were a few miles and a couple of gallons of water separating England from her American colonies. And there were not really English officials making sure that all of these navigation acts were followed. So the colonists pretty much got in a habit of ruling themselves and ignoring the laws that didn't benefit them. And so you had a lot of colonists that broke the navigation acts, that broke those laws. For example, colonists could easily smuggle wood and fish to the French sugar plantations, which of course they weren't supposed to do under the Navigation Act. This period of the colonists having these laws, the Navigation Acts, and not really following them because no one was making them, is called the period of salutary neglect. As colonists so easily rebelled against English laws, they started feeling somewhat independent. Spoiler alert, that feeling of independence in the colonies is going to pose a little bit of a problem for the English. I'm giving too much away. I've said too much. All right, thanks for watching. Here's a joke. What did one plate say to the other plate? Dinner's on me.